Are you ready to earn your wings at the most exclusive flight school in the world? Then report immediately to the secret Pilotwings Flight Club, where your training begins. You'll see the ground twist beneath you as you jump from your plane and attempt a precision skydive. Don't forget to pull your ripcord. You'll relive the early days of flying as you bring your biplane in for a pinpoint landing. After you master the basics, you'll be called on to test an experimental rocket pack, soar in a hang glider, pilot an advanced attack helicopter in a hazardous rescue mission. The realism is incredible as the Super NES takes you airborne with multi-dimensional graphics, endless skylines, and the freedom to fly wherever you like. Do you have what it takes to earn your wings? Then get going. You're late for class. And this is Pilotwings from Nintendo, released in 1991. It's a video game. Amazing. Originally released in Japan in 1990. It was a launch title for the Super Nintendo, of course. It's an amateur flight simulator game in which the player attempts to earn a pilot license through lessons in light plane flight, hand gliding, skydiving, and the use of a rocket belt. Bonus stages include levels involving an attack helicopter. Each event offers unique controls and gameplay mechanics to increase the realism of the game's flight simulation. The developers extensively utilized Mode 7 capability, which mimics 3D graphics by rotating and scaling flat objects. The game was received well upon its release, largely thanks to its graphical presentation, and has been re-released on the Virtual Console for both the Wii and the Wii U in PAL regions, North America and Japan, as well as for the 3DS in North America. A sequel, Pilotwings 64, was released for the N64 in '96, and after many years of announcements and cancellations, Nintendo released a second sequel called Pilotwings Resort for the 3DS handheld. It was developed by Nintendo World Analysis and Development, or Nintendo EAD, a team consisting of members of the company's research and development divisions under the leadership of producer Shigeru Miyamoto. Nintendo EAD completed Pilotwings and two other games, Super Mario World and F-Zero, within 15 months of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System debut. Pilotwings was released in 1990, 1 month after the system's launch. It was later released in North America in August 1991 as a launch title. The game's musical score was composed by Soyo Oka, while her superior, Koji Kondo, was responsible for the sound programming and the helicopter theme. 6 tracks from the game include a rearranged version of the skydiving theme that appeared on the Nintendo Super Famicom Game Music album released in 1992. 6 piano-arranged versions of the songs from the game were included on the Nintendo Super Famicom Game Music Fun Together with Bayer CD, which was released in 1993. A flight simulator game resembling Pilotwings called Dragonfly was shown during the official unveiling of the Super Nintendo to the Japanese press in 1988. The game was used to demonstrate the system's Mode 7 graphics, which allows rotation, scaling, and other effects to be used on flat images to create a 3D effect. Because the game does not use the co-processor chip Super FX, the true Super NES 3D technology, the buildings, runway, trees, and so on are all painted on flat ground plane, and they appear to stick out of the ground when the player's viewpoint is far above. Pilotwings was positively received during both its initial and retrospective reviews. The game drew praise for its presentation, with publications describing the game's use of Mode 7 graphics as stunning and jaw-dropping. Pilotwings was generally seen as a showpiece title for the Super NES, demonstrating its Mode 7 features, built-in sprite scaling, high-end sound chip, and conspicuous manner. The level of challenge was also positively noted. Mean Machines found that practicing the flight tests and reaching the end of the game was very rewarding. Official Nintendo Magazine remarked in 2009, the early SNES title is still enjoyable enough to be considered a true classic. Whew. There's a lot more to read, a lot more about this game than I thought, but let me sum it up for you. Pilotwings is not a favorite game of mine. I do not enjoy flight sims like this, but I played the heck out of Pilotwings 64. I think I own it and the GameCube version. Fairly certain. I own at least one other version of this game. But you know what? As much as I don't like it, it is still fun. It's not my kind of game, but I did not have any problem sitting down and playing it. I did terrible my first run through on everything, and my second run through, I got it. Figured it out fairly well, I think. Well enough to impress my teacher. So, Pilotwings. Here it is.